नमस्ते प्रणाम गीता ध्यान ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O goddess, contained in the 18 chapters, and showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of Advaita, the non-dualism. O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकीं परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. O son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki. O Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. So now Sri Krishna is going to tell us about the practical application of the knowledge, Sankhya philosophy that he has told Arjuna and to us in the preceding verses of this Sankhya Yoga. This is the 40th verse from second adhyay of Sankhya Yoga of the Bhagavad Gita. nehābhikrama-nāśho pratyavāyo na vidyate svalpam apyasya dharmasya trāyate mahato bhayāt. Now, Sri Krishna says, by following this, the philosophy which I have told you, the theory of it I have told you, now I am going to tell you the practicality of it. By following this, na iha abhikrama-nāśho. Na iha means not in this. Abhikrama-nāśho is loss of effort, loss of attempt. Asti is. Pratyavāyo is production of contrary results. Na vidyate does not happen. That by following this, the theoretical knowledge, what I have told you, and now what I am going to tell you, how to use it in practicality. There is not going to be a loss of effort on the follower's path, on the one who is following this path that I am going to tell. There is not going to be any loss of effort, any loss of the hard work done, or neither it is going to get any contrary results, contrary to your work done. It is not going to produce any negative results. So this is the path now I am going to tell you. Svalpam is very little. Api, even asya, of this, even very little of this, of this path that I am going to tell you, the practical way that I am going to tell you, very little of this, svalpam apyasya dharmasya. If even if a little bit of this duty is undertaken, trāyate mahato bhayāt. Trāyate is protects. One gets protected from what? Mahat bhayāt, the great fear. The extreme fear that one has in performing the duties. That great fear also, one can be protected even if one follows just a little bit of this advice, just a little bit of this work duty, the karma, if one starts following as per what I am going to tell, the doer, the doer of that work, the doer of that karma will be protected from the great fear. Now, in this path that I am going to tell you, there is no loss of attempt. There is your effort is not going to be wasted. Nor is there any adverse effect. Nor is there going to be any contrary effect to what you are doing. No adverse effect, no negative impact. The practice of even a little of this dharma, what I am going to tell you, the practice of even a little bit of it. I'm not going to tell you you do hundreds and thousands of things. You do even a little bit of what I'm going to tell you. Even that is going to protect one from the great fear. That is going to protect the doer from the great fear. Now let us get into the commentary by Swami Chidbhavananda ji, and let us understand what is this great fear Sri Krishna is talking about. Now, the commentary is, if the construction of a house be not completed with roofing and all that is so far done goes waste. Yes. All the efforts we undertake. You see, all the efforts, they have to see they have to be taken to the completion. If we are constructing a house, we have laid down the foundation. From that architect's drawing, from the theory, now we are coming to practical. From architect's drawing board, the building is now taking shape. Foundation has been laid down. The ground floor has come up. The first floor has come up. And then you give up. You think, oh, the house is complete, it has got beautiful ground floor, it has got beautiful first floor, all four walls on the sides, windows and doors. But if you don't put the roof, what is the use of that effort in laying down the foundation, constructing the first floor and all that, ground floor and all that? Without roof, all your effort of that construction goes wrong. Or let us take an example from the medical field. A surgeon is under conducting a surgery. Something is so the body is opened, and then he starts repairs. After the repair, if the body is not closed back, all the effort that has been taken in repairing that damage inside, all that effort is wasted if it is not closed. So Sri Krishna is saying, in this particular path, there is no loss of effort, no loss of attempt. And here Swami Chidbhavananda ji gives another example. If the raising of a crop be not gone through with harvesting, the endeavors so far made in the cultivation become fruitless. Yes, that poor guy, he has put in so much effort, right from preparing the land, then plowing, then sowing, then the crop has come up. He has tended the crop with great care, spending his financial resources on fertilizers, on pesticides, and finally the crop has come. But if he has left his efforts halfway, so everything that he has done goes to waste. Unless he takes the final step of harvesting the crop, all his efforts, they have gone waste. They have totally that is loss of effort. The effort that he has put in is of no use for that matter. But the practical practice of yoga does not suffer from any disadvantages of these kinds. The practical practice, the actual putting it in application, the karma yoga as taught by Sri Krishna, if we apply it in practice, in our daily lives, then there is no such danger that I have done halfway through and all my efforts done so far, they are lost. That is the beauty of Karma Yoga as explained, as taught by Sri Krishna. Even a fragmentary application of it has its corresponding benefit, just as a day's food has its own nourishment. It is not that every day I eat. I have my breakfast, I have my lunch, I have my dinner, and what I have taken in breakfast, that provides sufficient nourishment to what is required by the body. What I eat in lunch. It is not that all those things are getting wasted. No. Karma Yoga is like that. That whatever you do, even if you do a little bit, it gives its corresponding results. There is no fear of your efforts going waste. There is no fear of the loss of the hard work that you have put in. That is the beauty of Karma Yoga as taught by Sri Krishna. If a wrong medicine be administered to a patient, instead of its healing the disease, it may lead to the death of the patient. The practice of yoga is not fraught with any danger of this kind. The real Karma Yoga you do in a detached manner, no part of your karma is going to be wasted. There is not going to be any loss of your work, any loss of your efforts. Any little practice of it gives to that extent a glimpse into the nature of Atman. Now, what is the ultimate aim of the Karma Yoga taught by Sri Krishna? That even through Karma Yoga, following that Karma Yoga, a person, we get the self-realization. We come face to face with the ultimate reality of the Satchidananda, of the Brahman, of the Atman. And that's what Sri Krishna says. Little bit you start doing every day, little bit, even that little bit will be productive of giving you the glimpse of the Atman that you are looking for as the self-realization of the ultimate knowledge. It is not, Sri Krishna doesn't say that, fine, okay, you just give up everything and start knowing the Brahma. Even whatever you are doing, do it in a detached manner. Don't think of the consequences of good and bad. Whatever has come to your lot, do it wholeheartedly, sincerely, great patience, great perseverance. And the doors to the knowledge of Atman will automatically start opening little by little. If you do little effort, the door will open slightly. You might get a glimpse, but you will. You put in more effort, the door will open to that extent. To the extent you are putting in the effort, you are bound to get that glimpse of the Atman with the Karma Yoga as taught by Sri Krishna. And what is that Sri Krishna has told us? That trāyate mahato bhayāt. The greatest fear you will be protected from. You will be you will be away from that great fear. That great fear will not touch you. You will be saved. That great fear is nothing but the death. The fear of death is the greatest fear that anybody has in this life. We may say, okay, I am afraid that my things may get stolen and all that. I may lose this, I may lose that. But ultimately, the greatest fear is nothing but fear of death. And who can conquer that fear of death? Only one who has had a glimpse of the Atman. Even if it is little, that amount of great fear will also start diminishing to that extent. Today, if it is 100%, tomorrow it might be 99.5%. That 5.5% reduction will bring in the great change in your personality, will bring great change in your attitude, will bring great change in the person that you are. So don't think I have to immediately start working upon 100%. Yes, that is what will happen if you steadfastly, if you patiently, with perseverance, you start following this path of karma. That will automatically happen. But even if you get rid of 0.1% of the fear of death, you are a changed person. So that is what Sri Krishna is telling, that svalpam apyasya dharmasya trāyate mahato bhayāt. Even if little bit of this dharma of the karma yoga you practice, you will be saved from the ultimate fear. And then it will be a real eye opener for us then. The fear of death is the greatest of all, is as Atman is being understood, that fear ceases to exist. From 100% fear, you come down to 99.9, 99.5, 98%, 50%, 40%, 10%. And then, when you become one with the Atman, the fear of death is 0% then you know what is reality. Then you know what is the ultimate knowledge. You are one with the Satchidananda. It is eternal knowledge, existence, knowledge, bliss absolute. Existence, knowledge, bliss absolute. That is the Satchidananda that you become one with. So that was the 40th Shloka Sri Krishna has taught us today, and given us some kind of confidence, some ray of hope that yes, he doesn't say, I mean, doesn't matter even if you practice a little bit of it. That is great enough. That is great enough to get rid of that great fear. So that was the 40th Shloka. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. जय श्री राम कृष्ण जय ठाकुर जय महा जय स्वामी जी